better defense for this unit on the floor for BMEC Derby. As you can see right now, they're trying to contest the passing lanes. For a while here in the first quarter, especially the first 8 minutes, they're very passive defensively.
Here's Escobar hounded by Jonas Villanueva. Shot clock down to 5. Cardona against Simon. Marlu goes up. Marlu again. That's a shot clock violation according to our Chief Justice tonight, referee Art Herrera, working alongside Ronald Mauricio and Dexter C.
The last opportunity from Marlu Aquino. He has himself to blame because he was expecting the contact when none came. Just couldn't get enough lift for that finger roll.
Here's Villanueva again. That's just using his experience and edge in upper body strength against Pong Escobar.
And what he's doing better than Roger Yap is he's turning the corner a bit tighter than Roger Yap, and he's giving the defense fits and making them adjust to him because he's aggressive on offense.
Nearly 2 minutes having gone by in the second quarter. Meralco down by 3. And I tell you, it is brutal. It is brutal. It's this battle between frontliners.
And BMEC Derby 8's last couple of possessions doing a good job of making that post player get the ball out of his comfort zone, and even that possession, they even forced a turnover.
Inside they go, Adukul. And he loses the ball to the quick hands of Bitoy Umolon.
Good adjustment after trapping that pick and roll for Meralco.
Nice pass coming from Chris Ross, rewarding the big man who ran the floor.
And Marlu Aquino, you can say that maybe he doesn't have enough legs anymore. Pero ilang hakbang lang yan para sa isa 6'9". And when he runs the floor, it's so difficult to stop it.
Ilang hakbang ni Marlu, fun run na para sa akin yun. 2K na. 3K fun run na yun. There's a loose ball foul here. It's against Jerwin Kako. Here's that play.
And here's Marlu Aquino running the break. Good recognition on part of Chris Ross. Once that Marlu Aquino runs, you have to give him the basketball because that will make him interested.
You know why Marlu wears those special goggles? Because he runs at the speed of light. Mga mabuhi. There's Cardona. Shot knocked down to 10. Marlu back to Cardona.
Now, they've run that play a number of times, and Macma Cardona almost every time has had an open look.
There's Meyerhofer. Over 8 minutes remaining here in the second quarter. Napansin nga namin, simula pala ng laro, neither front line bumibigay. One will push, the other will push back. Yan ang ginawa ni Jordan at ni Gabi Espinas.
Ito, hugging na yung ginawa nila eh.
So, double foul here, but assessed on
double foul on
Jordan Salvador and Gabi Espinas.
Substitution. Substitution, Val Acuna for Rico Meyerhofer.
We'll see the first appearance of Val Acuna in the PBA, the rookie out of the University of the East, getting his opportunity to show what he's made of.
Coach George Gallen for crossing the hash mark.
There's a warning against Coach George Gallen for crossing the hash mark.
I guess they also give rookie calls on coaches. Because I think every coach has passed the hash mark.
Which actually makes sense. Minsan you have to earn it. You have to earn the privilege of not being called for certain things. Ganun talaga yan eh. Rite of passage din yan.
Kaparamdam lang.
Here's Omolon against the rookie Val Acuna. Cardona to Marlu. Cardona and Marlu, acting like Paul and Oates out there.
And then again, the same play, feeding the post, and then Macma Cardona going to the basketball. And again, he's got an open look. BMEG has to be able to find a solution for that play.
Rebound para kay Espinas. Meralco up by 1, 24-23. Nasa first half pa rin tayo. Here's Ross. Hand off Espinas.
And again, a small run here being enjoyed by BMEG, rather by Meralco. When BMEG Derby Ace goes back to their first 5, that's when they struggle. On the other hand, Meralco, every time Makmak is on the floor, maganda naman yung tinatakbo ng kanilang opensa.
A swipe by Ross. And it'll be last touch on Chris Ross, but that's good defensive effort against Roger Yap. Shot clock down to 7. James Yap for 3.
For a shot on the part of James Yap. Still a lot of time on the clock. But you can see, he's a guy that's been struggling, and sometimes when you struggle, you can't really decipher what a good shot and a bad shot is.
And Mac Cardona with a 3-pointer. He has 11 points in this ball game. At lumamang ulit ang Meralco, 29-23. This is their biggest lead of the game with 7.5 remaining dito sa first half. Cardona and the Bolts looking for their second win dito sa ating tournament. And without a shadow of a doubt, this is Cardona's team. All passes go through his hands, and it's his responsibility to lead this team all the way. Gear up for another season of unscripted drama, emotion, and the best basketball as we unfold the new NBA season. And witness the best games live every morning on BTV and from Saturday to Monday on Solar TV. Check out our websites for full and complete schedules. I would like to congratulate you on your successful fantasy draft last night. I'd like to congratulate myself for drafting Gordon Hayward. Malay mo. Who knows?
And having your 4th pick,
my 5th overall pick. 5th overall pick, Steph Curry. And yes, a lot of people are laughing now. Yes, I picked him ahead of Dwayne Wade. Yes, I did. 7 minutes remaining here in the first half. Hindi ako yung kumuha kay Danny Granger, no? In the first round.
with a 6th pick.
A miss by Roger Yap. Now here's James Yap. Outside Acuna. And gives the ball up para kay Roger Yap. Good ball movement here by the Llamados.
But the first time they went down the floor, Roger Yap kept the ball to himself. And then they read that offense didn't go anywhere. But a good extra pass on the part of Val Acuna. You know, guys like Val Acuna, they can be integral to a team like BMEG 38 because they can be a glue guy. Guys that will do all the little things for a team to be successful.
Oh, nice spin. The thing about Omolon, he reminds you of what Tony De La Cruz does well. Constant motion. You will never see him like waiting for a pass or just waiting for things to happen. If he has an opportunity to create, he'll create.
And right there, BMEG playing Melbert Omolon to his strengths. He's a guy that likes to go to the basket. They're not really giving him that space to go for that outside shot. But give credit to Melbert Omolon because all game long he has been aggressive, and most of his baskets, because of his aggressiveness, have come from his sweet area, which is right around the basket.
And also Bitoy going 4 out of 5 from the field. Let's go to Magu Marja.
You know, Miko, Coach Ryan Gregorio is actually surprised at BMEG's 0-3 start. And pag sinabi mo naman na sila ang Llamado dito, he points out that they aren't that much better after losing back-to-back. The problem, according to RG, is their instability, and the only way to cure it is by playing together longer to understand each other's strengths and weaknesses. And until that time, he is holding himself accountable until they develop. Miko?
Because when Magu says RG, he's referring to Ryan Gregorio.
Right now, BMEG Derby is doing a lot of one-on-one, and Meralco really taking advantage of it because after misses, ang ginagawa nila, they push the basketball, and really they've been able to attack the transition defense of BMEG Derby, which has been absent so far in today's game.
Meralco, their first unit, their second unit showing a lot of energy.
Siyempre naman.
Dapat lang. Dahil kung hindi,
Meralco yun.
Tayong lahat ng kawawa. Oh, great second effort by Jonathan Salvador.
Backing foul on number 10, Kevin.
That's exactly what BMEG needed. Meralco was in a very nice rhythm here in the second quarter.
You know, that 0-3 start of BMEG Derby Ace, I'm trying to see kung ano ba yung naging problema nila. You know, one of the things he thinks personnel. The times in which Mark Pingris and Paul Artadi were with his team, those were the years that they won championships. The years that those two players were not with the team, those were the times that they struggled. Why? Because those were the energy guys for this team, and those were the guys, pag down yung nakikita natin sa kanila, wala masyadong energy. Pag pinasok yung dalawa na yun, nakikita natin, they really changed the tempo of this team. Now, this conference, and this year, at least this conference, wala si Mark Pingris for half of it, and we know Paul Artadi is not coming back.
5:06 remaining dito sa second quarter. Ani pareha ng abante ng Meralco, 36-30 against a BMEG squad that is determined to get win number 1. Back after this. High voltage coach.
At isa yung nakikita mo doon, pareho parate. Hindi gumagalaw ang buhok.
Hati. Pwede sila mag-contest ni Richard de Lozano. Gumagalaw ang hati ng buhok. 8 seasons, Ryan, with the Pure Foods franchise.
And of course, last year, of course, he is, in terms of coaches, he is the defending All-Filipino or Philippine Cup champion coach.
Meantime, a nice block by Meyerhofer. People have to understand, pag yung isang coach tumagal ng ganun katagal with one team, that's very impressive. Lalo na considering that, before James Yap and Artadi, before these guys came in, the Pure Foods franchise, they were struggling. They had lean years. And Ryan Gregorio survived the lean years, and
he rewarded the corporation for their trust in him.
For their faith. And now he will try and do the same for Meralco, a team that obviously does not have the materials as of yet to really contend for championships. Obalon will sit down. We'll see rookie Kazim Mirza entering this ball game.
You know, they may not have the materials right now for a championship, but they are a respectable team. And they have that opportunity, if they are able to blend well, to actually do some damage.
One thing you can say about Meralco, they have the foundation for, if they have ambitions, I'm sure they have. But they meron silang may pieces na in place, magdadagdag ka nila.
Of course, and I would think that this franchise would be built around Cardona in terms of players, and I think the team as itself has so much faith in Ryan Gregorio and his ability to create a winning ball club.
Meantime, Salvador giving a nice pass para kay Adukul, and Romel Adukul now with 8 big points.
Those are big baskets para kay Romel Adukul. He actually had a good game in their last outing, so Romel Adukul really taking advantage of the minutes that he's getting.
And another nice block by the BMEG front line. They're down by just 4 points. Under 4 minutes remaining in the second. Here's Jonas Villanueva stepping on the brakes. Adugul to Meyerhofer. Meyerhofer realizing his advantage over Kazim Mirza, but he throws the ball away. And here's Mirza on the move. Back to Cardona. Cardona with nowhere to go. Third consecutive shot block by the BMEG defense.
And right now, you might say Cardona pressing a little bit. He has to be able to separate himself so he can get that shot off, that teardrop shot of his. But BMEG doing a good job of sticking with it.
Here's Salvador. And don't look now. The Llamados are within 2 points 36-34.
And when you see both these teams, they are fueled with good defense